Welcome back, everybody, to your fourth class today. I'm going to go ahead and lower all the hands, and I'm going to ask that you give me a smiley face or a thumbs up if you can hear me. You and your learning coach should be in the habit of checking that audio when you first log into class. I did see that there was some trouble with the headset. Don't worry, you don't need the headset for orientation. But, Nathaniel, I will put the K-12 tech support number in the chat box. You can give them a ring after this class and let them know what's going on with your headset, and they should be able to fix it for you. We have Mrs. Loeb helping out in the chat box, and thank you everyone who was able to share what you like to do after school ends. Hopefully you like to step away from the computer like me and maybe get a little bit of fresh air. I saw a lot of responses come through that chat box. So now we're going to do a quick check, and like Mrs. Loeb explained in the last class, we're going to do this at the beginning of a lot of classes just to review quickly what you reviewed in the previous class. So use your green checks for true or your red X for false. You should complete elective course lessons on your own each school day. Is that true? Green check. Or false, red X. And again, you can find those answers over here in the participant box right underneath your name. So Prince and Mason and KL, put your name or put your answers up, please. We're waiting for a few people. Paris and Melissa, go ahead and put your answers up. And that is going to be true. So if you did not choose the green check, choose that green check now. Basically, elective courses are going to be independent courses. Awesome. Okay, we're going to clear those answers and go on to number 2. This time, I'm going to have you use your pointer tool. Remember, it's that little sun or star over in your toolbox. And click on the app that you access to complete your online school lessons. The keywords are going to be OLS or online school lessons. Awesome. Everybody should have their pointer right there on that online school K-12 app. You got it. And remember, you go to ClassLink and then you go to the online school app. Perfect. Now we're going to put those tools away, and you're going to see that little letter A pop up in your multiple choice options over here. So it looks like this, but you can find it over here. This question says, how do you access core and elective courses in the online school? Is it A, click on materials, B, click on courses, C, click on lesson shortcuts, or D, click on Class Connect sessions? Think about how you access those courses. And if you need a little more help, the key word is going to be courses. So maybe look for that in your answer. Okay, I see a lot of great answers. I should have everybody clicking on letter B. Click on courses. If you did not choose letter B as in boy, go ahead and click on letter B now. Awesome, I think we have an answer from everybody. Okay, folks, give yourselves a round of applause. Awesome job with those quick check questions. We're going to go ahead now and move on to these topics and goals. Can I have a volunteer go ahead and raise your hand if you want to jump on that microphone? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pass the microphone to Chloe. I know, Deegan, you had a few turns on the mic earlier, so we're going to try to pass it to someone new. Go ahead, Chloe. You can read the topics, and then the goals. Click on that talk button. There you go.
Oh, almost now. Class correct. Mom, I need help.
You got to see that word is contingency. Contingency.
Contingency. Plan to be able to read and send emails.
Through
the student or OLS to be able to access a recording to create a contingency plan.
Awesome job. Go ahead and click on that talk button to put the microphone away. Like walkie-talkie, you have to click on it to use it and click on it to put it away. Let's go ahead and give Chloe a round of applause if you haven't already. And we're going to lower those hands. And don't worry, we're going to ask for a few more volunteers to jump on the microphone in this session. And everybody at the end will have a chance to test it out by saying goodbye. So let's talk about that first topic, email. Learning coaches, students, and school staff use email to communicate important information. Learning coaches will receive a copy of all student emails to the email they use during enrollment. Usually learning coaches, that's your personal email. Check your email at least twice per day to stay up to date. So to access your email, we're going to go ahead and practice it now. I'm going to give everybody their pointer tools again. This is a picture of your toolbox. You should be able to see your toolbox over here on the left-hand side. Grab that pointer tool. It looks like this, like that little center star, and just click right here where it says Messages. When you click on Messages in your online school, you'll see that drop-down box. To get to your inbox, all you have to do is click Inbox. And guess what? There's another way you can get to your inbox. Go ahead and put those pointers over here in that rectangle I just drew on the board. Right there, the little envelope, you can click that to open up your student inbox as well. So there are two ways you can get to your student inbox. Perfect. We're going to put those tools away. Just know when you click on that Messages tab, you can also click on Contact My Teachers to instantly send a message to assigned teachers and staff. You will see your teachers' names once you pass orientation. So you'll probably see Mrs. Loeb's name and my name as well as your family coach's name. So this is where you can find that family coach contact information. Again, there are two ways you can reach this information. I just gave everybody their pointer tools again. Grab that pointer and click right here where it says Contact My Teachers under Messages, and then Contact My Teachers under Quick Links. You'll need this information at the end of class when you're asked to find your family coach contact information for your contingency plan. Perfect. And Timothy, I just saw your confused face, buddy. Why don't you go ahead and write your question in the chat box, okay? We're going to put those pointer tools away. Now that you know how to find your teachers or family coach information, let's check out something else you can find in the Student Online School. Recordings. So just know it's your responsibility to watch recordings and complete assignments if you're absent from school. How do you do that? You simply log into Class Link and the Online School app, and then you click on Class Connect Sessions under Quick Links. You guessed it, it's time for you to find that with your pointers. So grab your pointer, that little center star from your toolbox over here, and then click right there under Quick Links where it says Class Connect Session. Okay, perfect. And don't worry, Timothy, if you're having mic issues, we'll get them resolved by the end of class, okay? Just follow along for now, buddy. Okay, you'll want to click on the weekly view, and then you see these little blue arrows right here beside the days and the dates. You can click on those blue arrows to find a specific recording. So go ahead and just pretend you're clicking on weekly view, and then these little arrows to find a specific recording. Okay, great job. You'll want to click on the recording you wish to view. So let's say this student was absent on September 9th. They're going to go back, click on that blue link right here, and that would open up the recording that they wish to view. You got it. We're going to put those tools away, and we'll move on to the next page. So you'll just have to click on this link in the new window. Go ahead, you can do that now. So again, you'll click on the blue link on the list page, and then in the pop-up box, you'll click on the second blue link. You got it. So now you'll have to click on the arrow next to the file in the bottom left of the page, just like you're opening up any session. This is how you open up a recording. You can click on Always Open Files of this type if you get that prompt. And then go ahead and move over to number 3. You'll simply click Run. So these steps should look familiar. It's exactly what you do to open up your classes. So it's going to be what you do to open up that class recording. You'll have 2 options then. This is the easiest one down here at the bottom, so put those pointers in that small square at the bottom. You'll want to click on the play button to actually start the recording. Sometimes they start automatically, sometimes they don't. Or you can click on Playback, Player, and Play. I honestly think it's easiest just to click on that play button at the bottom. And again, this is a recording, so you're not going to be able to use your tools or anything. You're just going to have to follow along and listen during the recording. Okay, folks, recordings are great, but attending live sessions is better. Everyone needs a contingency plan or a plan B. You may even hear a teacher call it a backup plan. This will help you work through possible technical issues and get back online as soon as possible. Remember, the goal is to not miss any school. So this contingency plan that you're going to work on in a few minutes is basically a backup plan in case you lose internet or your computer has technical issues. So, are you experiencing internet technical issues? The learning coach should start with restarting the router. Trust me, I've had to do this a few times already this year. Mrs. Loeb can vouch. If that doesn't fix the issue, call the internet service provider for assistance. Hopefully, like it helped me, it will be able to help you. Are you experiencing technical issues with your school laptop or the online school? First, you and your learning coach should clear the browsing history and restart the laptop. If that doesn't work, the learning coach must call K-12 technical support at 855-412-3712 and you'll want to follow K-12 directions and write down the ticket number. Can I have a volunteer go ahead and read that last sentence again? Okay, Deegan, go ahead.
Follow K-12's directions and write down the ticket number.
Got it, buddy, and just click on that talk button to put the microphone away. Let's give him a round of applause, and yes, make sure you listen to K-12 and always, always, always write down the ticket number. That way, if you end up being absent, your learning coach can send it in as an excuse. Okay, most importantly, please be accountable. That means you want to find a safe location with free internet or a computer. Examples, a food restaurant, a library is always a nice resource if you're close to one. Watch those recordings if you missed classes, and complete assigned schoolwork. A parent or guardian, you will need to inform the family coach and teachers of the situation and then submit an absence excuse through Tyler or fax if necessary. And don't worry, parents, we're going to go over tomorrow morning how you can send in those excuses. So don't worry that you are not sure how to do it yet. We'll teach you tomorrow how to do that. So let's say class link temporarily stops working. This happened last week. Don't stress. Just log directly into that online school app or icon. You can attend live sessions and complete assigned OLS lessons and elective lessons that way. Now, before I send you the contingency plan document, I'm going to give you your toolbox, and I want you to type in this open space one place you think you can use as a backup plan. For example, when resetting my router did not work before, I had to go to a Starbucks to work and use their free Wi-Fi. So take about 30 seconds to go ahead. Everybody has their tools now. Type on the board, what is one place or one spot you can go as a backup or contingency plan? Dunkin' Donuts might work. Oh, a library, that's such a great one. If you have one close to you, because they actually have computers you can use too. Okay, fantastic. These are all great ideas. And don't worry if some of these ideas don't work for you. We just want to do this kind of brainstorm a little bit together, because we're going to go ahead and show you now how you can fill out your contingency plan document. So you may want to take a few of these ideas and put them on your own plan. So I'm going to send you the contingency plan document now. All you have to do is save the file to your orientation folder. Remember, when this box pops up, you're going to click Yes, save it to your desktop, that orientation folder, and then click Open and Save. Give me a green check when you have this document saved. You can also go ahead and open it as well. So give me that green check when you have the document open. And if you're a little confused about how to open it, all you have to do is go to your orientation folder and click on Open My Contingency Plan. I know some people may have had trouble saving that, so I'm going to send it out one more time. And again, you just have to click yes to save this when it asks you to. And give me a green check when you have it saved, and then open. And learning coaches, please help your students out with this. It can be a little tricky. Okay, I see about half of us have those green checks up. Fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you have it open, you can just click on Enable Editing, and it's going to let you type in these boxes. We're going to give you 5 minutes to type your name. This is the student name right here. And then answer these 3 questions. Make sure you find your family coach's information by going to Contact My Teachers to write that name and number down. And of course, be sure to save your work and give a green check when you have this plan finished. So go ahead and minimize the classroom. I'm putting 5 minutes on the timer, and you should be completing your contingency plan. Do that now. And if you need help with some of these directions, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys roam. That means you can click on these arrows, and you can go back and see the previous slides so you can see exactly how to edit this document. And again, Beacon and friends, you should have your learning coach help you with this. Melissa and Paris, the document's going to be what we just pushed out to you 2 times, okay? I'll push it out one more time. If you didn't save the contingency document and you don't have it open, you can save it now and open it now. And Timothy, if you need help, just let us know in the chat box. I saw your hand was up. Just make sure if you finish completing it that you save it. We're going to walk everybody through where you send it in just a few minutes when that timer goes off. And again, you can go ahead, save your work if you were able to finish the contingency plan, and give a green check when done. That was the timer. I see quite a few green checks. It's okay if you didn't get the contingency plan finished. We're going to ask that you finish it and email it to either Mrs. Loeb if you're in grades 3rd through 5th, or myself, Mrs. Long, if you're in grades K through 2, before logging off for the day. So I'm going to get rid of those green checks, and we're going to ask for a volunteer to app share their computer to walk us through attaching the contingency plan. So that means if you're raising your hand, you must have the contingency plan filled out. Okay. I saw Nathaniel's hand is up, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pass Nathaniel the remote desktop control and just click yes to allow it. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and click OK and OK. So some of you may have received this message. I'm so glad, Daniel, you actually volunteered to share, because all you have to do is click Next. Sometimes you'll get that activation failed message. That's okay. You can just close it out, and then you should still be able to click in the box, and now you can type. So we're just going to put Nathaniel, and we're going to type his full name. And that's okay, friends, if you didn't finish. I just want you to follow along now so that way you can do this by yourself or with your learning coach after class. So then, Nathaniel, what you'll want to do, there you go, type in that box, 2 places you can safely access the internet. So if you and your learning coach can go to the library, you can type that in the box. If you have maybe a neighbor's house or a family or friend's house, there you go. Think of another place. So hopefully everybody's watching closely, because I know a few of you had trouble getting this document open, and this is what you need to do once you have it open. Everybody should still be following along so you can learn how to attach in an email. Oh yes, the hotspot. I've had to use my cell phone hotspot before. Okay, there you go. Go down to number 2. 2 places you can safely use a computer. So the library would be another good place to go for that. Okay, you can think of another place. Maybe you have a backup personal computer. Or you have a family member, like a grandma or somebody that may have a personal computer you can use. Okay, there you go. Okay, we're almost finished. I'm going to take your mouse back, and what we're going to do is we're just going to scroll down to go to number 3. And this is where you need to type your family coach's name and number. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm just going to minimize this Word document. And I was hoping your online school would be open. So since it's not open, Nathaniel, don't worry. We'll add this in later, but everybody's going to go to their online school and add your family coach information here if you haven't already, okay? So what we're going to do right now, hold on one second, Nathaniel, is we're going to save this document. So I'm just going to go File, and we're going to click Save As, and we're going to go to the desktop, and we're going to find that orientation folder. I don't think I see an orientation folder created, but that's okay. All we're going to do is just add Nathaniel's name to the title or the file name, and that way he has it saved on his desktop. Okay, so now what we have to do is come to Google Chrome, and I need you to log in to ClassLink for us. I think Mrs. Lowe mentioned this in the last class. It makes sense to keep ClassLink and the online school open when you're in class, because that way if your teacher tells you to do something, you can easily access it. So all you have to do is come over here to this bookmark. I'm glad to see you have that bookmarked. And you can see it's logging them in the ClassLink automatically. We'll give it a few seconds. It looks like it's loading. Go ahead and click Sign In. You got it. I know some of you might already have this done. I already heard my email go off a few times. So I think of you. You already sent it to me. So this is just a refresher for everybody on how to send this email to Mrs. Loeb or myself. So go ahead and click on that online school app. Yep, go ahead and click right there. Remember, you want to access the online school from ClassLink now. Type in Nathaniel's username and password. That's going to be the online school credentials the Learning Coach created. And Timothy and friends, go ahead and just follow along for now, please. Click on password. There you go, you got it. Making that magic happen. Go ahead and click login. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm simply going to go into Nathaniel's messages, and since we sent Nathaniel and everybody else in here emails already today, you can reply to either Mrs. Loeb's email or the email I sent you this morning with this contingency plan, or you can create a new message. And then all you'll have to do is attach that contingency plan. You can see it's taking a little long to work. No worries, it's still spinning, so that means it's still working. There we go. That Outlook email is coming up. And remember, the student email is so secure, it actually will not accept messages from anybody outside of the Agora organization. So here's his inbox. To create a new message, we can click New Message. And like I said, you could also just reply to an email from me or Mrs. Loeb, whatever works for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and type in my name. And you can see it starts populating all the Agora staff or students that you want to email. We're going to add Nathaniel. No, I'm sorry, Nathaniel. I think I started spelling it wrong. And contingency plan. You always want to put a title in when it comes to sending an email. I also like to put the student's name in the body of the email is Nathaniel and plan. And if you want, you can even add like a little smiley face or something. And here is how you attach that contingency plan. Usually there's a little paper clip down here. If you can't find it, you may have to click on these little dots right here. Oh, actually, you know what? It's up here. Attached. There's that paper clip I was looking for. We're going to browse this computer, and we know we just saved this contingency to the desktop, so we're going to go back to the desktop. Many of you may have to go into your orientation folder. And you know what? I think I just attached the wrong thing, so I can X that out. You can hear those things coming through. That means some of you are sending me your contingency plan now. So now we're going to highlight the correct thing, click open, and ta-da! It's going to have its plan attached right there. Okay, Nathaniel and Learning Coach, go ahead and take your mouse back, click send. Go ahead and click send. Yep, you got it. There you go. Perfect. Now just make sure you read through these emails from me and your family coach. Okay, whew. That was a lot. You can hear all those things coming through, so I think you guys are getting it. Let's give Nathaniel and yourselves a round of applause. Great job following along. Hopefully that makes a lot more sense now, and you can attach those contingency plans and send them to Mrs. Lowe if you are in grades 3rd through 5th, or myself, Mrs. Longcar, if you are in grades K through 2. Awesome job. Thanks again, Nathaniel. Great job today, everybody. We will see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Just make sure you have these assignments finished before logging off. You should log into ClassLink and your online school app, complete the phys ed lesson number 1 in the online school, and of course, follow those steps Nathaniel just walked us through. Email your advisor your completed contingency plan. And these 2 little stars mean these are mastery graded assignments. You must have them completed to pass orientation. And I'm going to go ahead and give everybody a minute to say goodbye on the mic. If you have a question or need help, just raise your hand. If not, you can go ahead and log out after saying goodbye. Here are your microphones. Let me go ahead and set that timer. You can say goodbye. There you go.
Bye.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Just remember to click on that talk button when you're done saying bye, and somebody else can take a turn. Go ahead. Anybody can jump on and say bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Awesome, Timothy. We could hear you. Perfect. Okay, folks, that was the timer. So I'm going to put the microphones away. And you are free to log out unless we ask you to stay, or if you need help with something, ClassLink, or even your contingency plan. Please stay logged in.